showtime.
Hey, Amir, how you doing?
Please subscribe to Sharonatsea Travel. Thank you.
I don't know if I like that Maxwell one or the one where he jumps in the leaves better. What do you think?
I don't know. They're both cute.
What do you guys like better, Maxwell on the water slide or Maxwell on the leaves that we used to have? I don't know, but that's more for the regular viewers. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday night here with Sharon at Sea Travel. My name is Jamie. To my left, on your right, the one, the only, Sharon from Sharon at Sea. Great to see you.
Oh,
Great to see you, Sharon. How are you tonight?
I am doing good.
That's good. I'm looking at us on the phone here. We don't look as red as we usually do. I think we found something. I think we're looking good. Can you hear us? Can you see us? And are we good to go out there, people? Let us know. Let us know. We love both Maxwells, but he's growing up quickly. Shanna, you are right. He is getting, he'll be driving soon. How about Jimmy on the water slide? No, how we cruise, I don't think anyone wants that. I think that we'll have less viewers than we do right now, as a matter of fact. The live stream viewership seems to be going down a little bit as people are getting ready to go back to school. There's a lot going on. People are watching the Olympics and all that. So we appreciate you taking a little time out to hang out with us on a Monday and just talk about cruising and what's going on in cruising. And remember, if you have questions, put them in the chat. Put the word question before it. Is that how we want to do it? Is that the move? And that way
Jamie won't.
And I'll try and I'll try not to miss it.
He won't miss it.
I will try not to just scoot right by it.
He
And if I miss it, please.
Play with buttons a lot, and so he's always
Really, Sharon? Because I feel like you're the one always pressing my button.
Things.
Is that not right? Anyone who's cruised with us? Pam Humperzumian is here, the gal with my favorite last name. Pam says, looking and sounding great. Looks and sounds great. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate it. Julie, no, I'm not excited about getting the duck that I won on How We Cruise's live stream. I actually went in and I did a change of address this morning at the local post office just to make sure I wouldn't get that. I'm seeing a lot of friendly names out there, and we love you guys. But hey, if you're watching and you're not one of the regulars that comments, why not become a regular that comments? Feel free to get in there with your questions. No question is too silly. No question is too difficult. I mean, usually. And we want to hear from the folks, don't we?
Yeah.
Sharon, how are you doing? What's going on with you? What's new and exciting in the world of Sharon at Sea Travel?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. It's just been busy. There's lots going on around here. School's getting ready to start soon. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are still in the midst of summer, but here we go back to school the first week of August. So I feel like summer's about over.
Summer is almost over for us. Some folks have another month or so left till they get back to September. But I'm excited because football season's coming around.
Yeah.
All right, now we're in a little bit of a lull. We don't have another cruise until
October.
When? October. That's an outrage. How are we not cruising till October? But we will live vicariously through watching cruise videos and stuff like everyone else out there. Howie Cruz says, which Olympic event will we see on the show tonight? We will see, I'm not sure. You'll have to stay tuned. It'll be right at the end of the show. So stay all the way till the end of the live stream. And that's when we'll show you what Olympic event we'll be having. You confused duck with ducks. No, Julie, I hope not. Let's see. I just had some prunes so I could be regular. Thanks, Kevin Brubaker, for sharing that. I love the commentary is amazing. Great to see everybody out there. Sharon, what's on the agenda tonight? Do we have a certain plan? Are we covering some topics? What do we got going on? You want to talk about a little cruise news? What's going on out there in the world of cruising?
Well, I don't know. We booked another cruise.
Whoa. You can't go into that yet. That's the thumbnail. That's what people are here for. You got to hold on to that for a minute. Just 1 minute.
Well, it's not that exciting.
Okay, it's not that exciting.
Well,
but what's exciting is
it's exciting.
Is the hot mess that you went through to get that cruise booked.
Yeah.
So that is kind of exciting. But let's start off with some other general cruise news. What else do we have going on out there in the world of cruising? What's a hot ticket news item for the people?
I know, well, this was been out for a week or so, but I know Philadelphia is going to have the Norwegian Jewel sailing out of there next year between April and I think September. And I actually thought about checking that out. I thought, it is, you do have to fly there, but maybe we'll see what kind of itinerary there is. But it's they're just going to Bermuda and South Carolina as another port stop.
Hold on a second. Whoa.
So-
Did you say South Carolina?
Yeah. So
Hold on. I thought for a second I heard you say South Carolina.
I did. There's like 7 night itineraries that do 2 days in Bermuda and 1 in South Carolina. Then there's a 9 night itinerary that does 3 days in Bermuda and 2 days in South Carolina, and then back to Philly. Then, and that's all the way through August. Then in September, they're doing New England, Canada cruises, but I did check those out because that's one itinerary that we have not done yet that we really want to do is New England, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, maybe this will be our chance. Maybe we'll do that. Well, I looked at the prices and I was like, no, I don't think so.
Really?
I mean, it was
Even with like the free at sea perks and stuff like that, it still wasn't a good value.
no, like an average balcony price for 2, just like one of the lower balconies, nothing special. For 2 people was like 7,700 or so, and for all 4 of us, it
Whoa,
was
what?
over $10,000. So I'm like, yeah, I think I can find a cheaper New England, Canada cruise.
Hold on. Richard Van Den Aaron has a question. How many days until the New Year's Eve cruise? That is a great question. Let me see. Hold
It
on. Let
is
me see.
coming up.
Can we give you I might be able to give you an answer.
Actually, it is
Let's see.
50,
156. 152
52.
days.
Okay.
152
That's why when I
days.
said 156,
152. Oh my God. That's
I
like
know.
almost a half year. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
I thought it'd be a lot sooner than that.
it'll be here before you know it. I've
Okay.
been working on things for that cruise this last week, and I did a few things today. So actually, right before our live show, the Salsa and Salsa owner from Mazatlan, she had called me, so I was talking to her. I know a lot of people were interested in doing that again this year, so
Yeah.
we're gonna look at that. They also do one in Cabo as well, and so I was thinking of that as an option versus Mazatlan to make it a little different. But we'll have to see because Cabo is actually New Year's Eve, and it might be a little hard to get it on that date because the hotels are pretty busy getting ready for New Year's Eve that
Hold
day.
on. You mean they have something better to do on New Year's Eve than host the Sharon at Sea cruise crew on a New Year's Eve group cruise?
So, but we'll
I
see.
can't believe that.
So I'm working on that and a few other things. And actually on that cruise, Matthew is going to be hosting his first ever casino event. And it's not a slot pull.
Our Matthew?
Our Matthew.
You mean Matthew?
It was totally his idea.
Matthew from Sharon Sea Travel?
Yep, it was all his idea.
Wow. Okay. So if that's not enough to make you want to book that cruise, then I don't know. I don't know what is. And if you're wondering what we're talking about, it's this little number right here. Bada bing, bada bang. It's this one, our fourth annual. That's unbelievable. New Year's Eve group cruise. It's December 29, 2024. Cabins are still available. $100 onboard credit. 7-day cruise with 4 stops: Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Cabo, and Ensenada. So you can really get your taco and quesadilla and burrito groove on there with all those Mexican stops, and maybe a little tequila while you're at it. Especially if we do that salsa and salsa.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited for that ship because, the Encore is my favorite ship, and it's the same class of ships. So
That's right.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am ready for a new, fresh New Year's Eve cruise, and that's all I'm going to say about that particular cruise. But that'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
But can we go back to that story about the Jewel out of Philadelphia, South Carolina?
Yeah.
I would. You know what we could do on that? If we went there, we could do a tour that would be go see the hospital where Jimmy was born at, because I was born in South Carolina. It's where I was born.
I don't think that's going to be a hot.
We could get a bunch of people
Tour.
together, maybe rent a van or something, go by the hospital. Maybe we can go and see what nursery I was born in or something like that. You don't think that'd be a good time?
Oh my gosh.
All right, maybe not.
No.
We'll talk to the people about it. We'll throw it up in a group and
No.
we'll see. We'll let people vote
No,
on it.
I think unless if there's some more interesting itineraries down the road, we'll think about it. But I don't think 2025 is going to be our year for going
Good
out to
point.
Philly.
Kevin Brubaker said it. The Philly crowd's a little rough. Imagine the revolting that the Philly people would do on that cruise if something didn't go right. It would be unbelievable.
God, you were
That's
saying-
the same people that boo Santa Claus.
Yeah, you were saying something
Yeah.
like that earlier.
They boo Santa Claus. Tess said that Jewel was one of my all-time worst cruises. Okay, well, you can scratch Tess off the list of people that are booking that.
Well, there's two negatives: the Jewel and the the price.
Oh
so.
boy. Okay, I saw one or two little questions here, and then we'll get back to a little bit of cruise news with you
But
guys.
actually, we've been looking a lot at Princess lately, and right now they're having $99 deposits and third and fourth guests on select itineraries sale for free. So that might be a great cruise for New England, Canada cruise for us
Might be
next
something to
year,
think
too.
about. Might be some. Gary M said, question, love the Prima vlogs, going on the same cruise next year in June. How did you get from London to Southampton, and what was the earliest you can get off the ship in Reykjavik? Do you want to answer that, or you want me to give it? I know.
Well, how do we get to where I'm
All
sorry?
right, so to get from
South.
London to Southampton, there's
Oh.
a few ways. Some people like to the challenge of going by train, stuff like that. We kept it simple. There's a company called Airport Pickups London.
Yeah, we just
Airport Pickups
pre-booked
London.
it.
We pre-booked it. We had gotten a larger vehicle that would hold like up to 6 to 8 people. It held a ton of luggage for us, and I think it was about 200.
It was 260 or 270.
That was after tip.
Pounds.
It was about 215 pounds, British pounds, and then we threw a tip on there as well. And it was comfortable, roomy, air conditioned, and it was just a nice smooth drive. It's about an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, and we ended up sharing with someone, so that was plenty of room.
we split the cost.
We got a larger one, and we shared with a couple other people. I don't even know if they're in here right now.
I don't know if he's here, but if you're spending the night in Reykjavik, you can actually get off the ship the afternoon before, in the middle of the night. I saw people getting off the ship, or early in the morning.
Someone was getting off at 2 a.m. because they had a really early flight.
Yes.
We saw people getting off as we were coming back from our excursion the day before. In the afternoon, we saw a few people getting off. So once you get to Reykjavik and everything, the ship's docked there and everything, you can leave the ship pretty much at any time. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to leave early, but
we saw people. I saw people
but-
middle of the night. I saw people rolling out with their
some people,
kids.
it might have had to do with when they had the best air, or when they were able to get air back home and things like that. So.
All right, let's see what else. I don't want to miss any other thing. Jamie Woolhite, hello. Hope you're doing good down there, girl. Lovely to hear from you. Kim Brubaker's excited about the Bears. He's a football fan. Timothy Walters, we see what's going on. Let's see. Barb Smith said New England, Canada on Carnival from New York will be less expensive.
Yeah.
Probably true.
Yeah,
Very true.
And that's...
But it won't include any dining or the drink package, so that's a factor you got to think about.
But you know what? Probably... I think the drink package and dining won't be like an extra $4,000.
Right. Sugar said, I can't wait for that cruise. We can't wait for it either. It's going to be great. People are excited about Matthew. They're chanting his name in the chat. I love it. Eric Maxey said, sailing on the Prima in November on a back-to-back, including a transatlantic 28 days. Any suggestions or tips? Okay, well, we always say this, so if you've watched us before, make sure you go check out the Sid Norman's Pour House. And it's not pour like money, it's pours and P-O-U-R, like pour a drink. So check that out. They have a great house band that'll be there all the time.
Yeah, 28 days. I'm sure you'll be able to hit that up a few times.
Oh my God, yes. And go see the Rumors show, because that's going to be a great show if you're into Fleetwood Mac. So they do a great job with that. There's a lot of good music throughout the ship. Make sure you go check out Kent at the Metropolitan Bar. I said it right. Yeah. Metropolitan Bar. I said it wrong 100 times on the cruise.
I know.
And go check out Kent and tell him Jamie and Sharon from sharonatsea Travel said hi. And hopefully he's like, oh, those guys. And he's not like, who? And so make sure you do that as well. Yeah. So that'll be a good time. And go to the Indulge Food Hall and enjoy that.
Yeah,
it's a great experience.
And during any of the sailaways, the back, kind of behind there in the back of the ship, there's a great area to set and kind of watch sunsets and things as you sail away from
Deck
some of the
8
different ports.
in the aft is a great place to hang out and chill. Oh no, tequila and Mazatlan, Jamie's in trouble. Debbie Range, only if your husband is there. Only if your husband is there. What's up? Big G and Snuggles are here. What's going on, guys? Nice to see you. Awesome. The Pizza King will be there. Free pizza if the casino ends. Yes, if there will be free pizza for everyone as long as it's available in the buffet. If the whatever's Matthew's casino thing doesn't go well for everybody. So that's for sure. Quick shout out. We've got the moderator team, the hammer and the nail. Nautical Nurse Nancy's in the house. What's up, Nancy? How are you? Hope all is well over there in the land of the cheese and
Leanne's in here too.
Leanne is
Both
here
of them are
too.
here.
They both have a lot going on. Nancy's cranking out the video. She just put out one about her oodles of noodles, or she had a noodle. She was on. It was from a cruise a little bit ago. You'll have to see which cruise it was. It's a surprise, so make sure you watch it. And she had a noodle night there with Anthony, so that was nice. And then Leanne's busy unpacking because she finally got all of her pods delivered in Florida. So she's a new resident down there. So there's a lot going on all over the place. That's for sure.
Everyone's busy.
Oh, Beauty and the Bum Travels. Nice little Monday night. Now,
Hi, Larry.
good to see you two live. Nice to see you. Thank you for the super chat, Larry. That's lovely of you. That is just lovely. Let's see. Shaza, he's living in the past. Common James. Thanks, Big J and Snuggles. I appreciate
He's
that.
always living in the past.
I can meet my aunt in South Carolina. Well, Wendy Johnson, see, maybe that is a cruise for you then. You can go all the way to Philadelphia so that you can take a cruise to South Carolina to visit your aunt. Sounds like a perfect thing. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. Let's see. What else do we have here? I don't want to miss any questions.
Oh, yeah. Someone said they love the poorhouse in the group. Yep.
Oh, God, yes. It was fantastic. Laurel Gurley said that. Yes, it was tremendous. We loved it, too. I think it's the most fun that we have. Yeah. That's for sure. I think I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that it's the most fun that we have.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite show and just area on the ship.
I think so. Prima. Leanne says, I'm unpacking as we speak, double duty tonight. It's okay. Listen, just keep one eye on the chat and one eye on Brian and make sure he puts everything in the right place. And that'll be great. And then Nancy said, it's a surprise. Thanks, Jamie. Nancy feels like the little engine that could eventually get into videos posted. Listen, that's all we need. Just keep them coming. That's all we need. Marilyn Dillon said, thanks for the Bermuda vlog, Nancy. Can't wait for 3 days in Bermuda. See, Marilyn's got a hot trip coming up. Carolyn Travis said, going on Wonder of the Seas in September. We're very excited. First time, anything we must do. I don't know what you must do. We have not been on Wonder of the Seas, but if it's anything like any of the other Oasis class ships, I would say go to Playmakers and have a great time. Because in September, football season is going to be hot and heavy, and I love watching football at Playmakers. Yeah, that is a good time for me. That's for
I hear there's a lot of good food options on that ship, and I mean, if you like to pay for specialty dining and extra things like that, then if you're kind of a foodie, that's a great thing to do. That
is fantastic. All right, Sharon, what else we got? All right, a little more news. So we talked about Philadelphia. Carnival made their announcement. Some really big ships coming. This is getting a little ridiculous, isn't it? With these big ships.
Yeah. I mean, speaking seriously. Of big, I just saw something. Don't miss the shows on Wonder of the Seas. They have great shows as well.
Okay, good.
Entertainment's good.
That's good. I thought you were going to say something else. I was going to say, not here on the live stream, Sharon. So Carnival announces 3 new ships that will hold up to 8,000 people full capacity. I know everyone's talking about it. All the news YouTubers are talking about that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's a little overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, like I know it's like Royal and Carnival are just like boom, boom. Carnival seems to be trying to hang in there with Royal. Royal's got amazing PR. I mean, even they just had the Utopia of the Seas come out, which is like what their fifth or sixth Oasis class ship.
Yeah, 6.
But the rollout they announced it, and the excitement was like it was the first ship ever in the Oasis class.
Yeah, they do. Everyone's beside themselves with that.
I mean, they got a new parrot. By the way, I'd like to commend anyone at Royal who put in the time and effort to come in with the name for that parrot. I was watching another live stream last night. I can't remember who it was. Is it 9:00 Eastern on a Sunday? They kept talking about how they cruise, but I was watching this and I found out that the name of the parrot at the Pesky Parrot Bar, very unique name. You would think it'd be a crazy like Caribbean type name, wouldn't you?
I think so.
Yeah, they actually named it after the guy who was doing the talking on the live stream I watched. His name is Brian. The parrot's name is Brian. How hard was that to come up with? But that's a lot of exciting stuff.
Like those big ships, I enjoyed Icon of the Seas a lot. I mean, it was great. I had a great time.
But if the ship was only half the size, I would have had the same amount of fun. Back when we first went on like carnivals, ships like the Mardi Gras and Celebration. I mean, the Mardi Gras, we had a great time. I loved it. We went on the Celebration because it was the next one and we want to try it. And we had a good time. We still haven't gone on the Jubilee yet. And I don't know.
it's not like we're in a big hurry to go on it. I think because we've been on the others, and I think one reason is because we're not a huge fans of the massive ships. I mean, like we went on, like I said, the Mardi Gras celebration, but then, and like we'll probably go on the first big, huge 8,000 people
Yeah,
carnival
we'll go
ship.
on it.
We'll go on
Sure
probably
we
the first one. I
Yeah.
don't know if we'll go on any after that though. Like I want every couple of years when they come out. I don't know if we will because it's not. I prefer more of a mid-style ship that have activities on them, but not overkill. Like I don't need a whole massive theme park on board the ship and that many.
You
people.
don't, but maybe some people.
No,
like a
I
theme
know.
park.
No, some people do, and that's great for those people. But I'm just saying I'm not one of them. I need a more of a mid-sized ship. I want to be able to like do active things when I want to do them, but also when I want to just relax, lay out in the sun, and have a little more peace and quiet. I want that as well. So
What about
it's like,
this? What
I
about
need
this?
a good combination.
If they take one of these big ships and they take the upper deck and they just put like 5 pools and all Lido deck and a few bars so that everyone can get a deck chair by a pool. Everyone has plenty of room because there's nothing more annoying than going up there and there's 50 deck chairs and each one of them is touching.
Yeah.
So I'm lit. So if you could literally be you're there, you're in your bathing suit, and you've got a stranger that's in their bathing suit, so you're both virtually naked, laying on a bed on a lounge chair next to each other, and your arms are this close to each other. You know, I mean, like one hiccup or a sneeze or something, and you're gonna bump into a stranger with hardly any clothes on.
Yeah, Crazy Cat Traveler said, didn't Royal announce they were going smaller after the start? Yeah, they did say something about going a little smaller, and we'll see how that goes. You know, as long as they don't try to cram a lot of things, and like kind of like Norwegian did with the Prima when that came out, they said they were going smaller, but as they were going smaller, all of a sudden they still tried to put a lot of things on there, which I think is the major problem. Is they put too much stuff on a smaller ship. So everything's crowded and there's not enough room, you know? So yeah, it's kind of hard to have a good balance, I guess.
You do. You need more balance in your life, that's for sure. Tess Almont said, I think Jubilee is the best of the 3. I only went on all 3 because they were offers. I couldn't refuse. I'm like the Godfather over there. I like them, but I prefer smaller. Debbie Shapkins is doing the British Isle cruise in September. Oh. That sounds very cool. Debbie Range loved the Jubilee. It wasn't that crowded for her.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people do love the Jubilee. Will eventually.
Yeah. Those giant ships are causing a lack of parking at some ports. You're right about that, Daniel. Especially like in Long Beach, if you're going on Carnival now, like one cruise a week, you have to park off-site practically. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Question: 49er here. Any good places on the Prima to watch football? I'll be on the cruise all of November. Oh, all right, Eric. I'm going to tell you something right now.
They'll probably have it on that big. On the big TV.
No,
and,
it's
local.
I don't know.
But it'll only be one channel, likely.
No, the best ship I ever found for football was Holland America because they have channels in the room that'll have football games on, which was fabulous. But I will tell you this: the good and the bad of it. Hold on. Which? Well,
he's asking.
All right, he's going to be on the
Prima.
Prima. Okay, so
he's not asking about Holland.
In the local, there's 2 sides to the local. The one side with the bar and all the tables. They do have a huge TV, so they might show like a Sunday night game, a Monday night game, or something like that. They might show one game on that TV if you're lucky.
During the day, I think they have a game going, but it may not be your game. Like that's the thing. You know,
well, here's the deal: it's a screen that's in the bar, and the screen is like
huge.
10 by 10. It's a monster sized screen. But unless you're at one of 5 tables, you're not going to be able to see it.
Yeah. Because
it's in a weird location against the wall, so that's going to be a little tricky. Get there early. And ask when you get on the ship, and they should be able to tell you where you're going to find football. You might see some in your cabin, okay? Because one good thing you can do also, and here's a great tip for you: if you have a streaming service, and you can bring, let's say, a laptop with you, and if you get the premium internet package, and if you use a VPN. You're laughing, but this is true.
Oh, I know. We've done
this. Is true. If you watch our Viva videos, you can see that we did that. And if you use a VPN with NCL and you have their premium internet package, then the VPN will allow you to use your streaming service on the cruise ship. It'll block where you're coming from and all that. I don't know if this is illegal, but whatever. And you'll be able to use your streaming service to watch whatever football game in your cabin, like on a laptop, because that's what we did. But they did have a game on TV as well.
Yeah.
Right. So you might find a game on the TV in your cabin and use the VPN for a laptop.
I remember that
and
one. I can't
that's
remember
my
what
best
ship
tip.
it was on.
I hope that helps.
But it was the time Matthew, you logged into the YouTube TV on your phone, and you and Matthew, we couldn't find the game anywhere, and they had to watch the game. So
well, that's because that was on embarkation day.
I know it was on embarkation day,
Yeah.
and you and Matthew were in the cabin, just glued to this phone, one phone. They're just sharing.
Yeah,
and
we're like
just
this.
watching the
What's the
game.
big deal?
I know.
But hold on, there
That
was a
was
time,
funny.
wasn't it on Carnival when I was actually
that was
I was
a
able to cast it to the TV?
I don't know, but I think
It's
that
tricky
actually,
stuff.
I think that was a Carnival ship that you were on your phone though.
Yeah, a lot of people try a lot of crazy things. People are talking about bringing like a mini Starlink with them and stuff. I don't know what's going to work. That's my best tip. I hope that you like it. Julie Amos likes the mid-sized ships as well. Sharon, she agrees with you. Let's see. They Debbie Rain loved the Loft 19 experience on Jubilee. There was lots of chairs on the Serenity deck. All right, well they had a little room. That's kind of cool. Okay, let me jump ahead. I love it that we're not too far behind in the chat right now.
I like pools that have like a pool in the.
I like a pool that has a pool too.
No,
as
a
you can't
pool
go wrong with.
in the adults only area. Because I hate like some of the other older Carnival ships where they have the Serenity deck, but there's no pool, and some don't even have a hot tub. But there's like you're just laying up there baking and getting hot. I like a pool.
All right, point taken. Tim Barnett said, too much soccer on the ships. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. When we were on the Prima this past time, they did show the NHL. It was like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and that was on the big thing. But yeah, otherwise it's either soccer or rugby quite often, and that's because the source they have for sports is a cheaper source. It's called like Prime 21 or something is the TV station or whatever that pipes it in. But hopefully they get wise, because I know people go, well, you're on a cruise. Why would you want to watch football? I love football. Yeah. Now, when we were on Carnival, remember we were on, was it Celebration or Mardi Gras, where we had a football party, and they had the in the Heroes Lounge, in the back of that one deck area. Yeah. They had football on, so that's always kind of nice. But yeah, there's no sports bar per se on the Prima. So good luck to you on that. Leanne, thanks. That's a great idea. Let's hit the thumbs up and show SAST some love. We appreciate
thanks,
it.
Leanne.
It means the world to us. I know that we got 165 people here, but we appreciate everybody for being here and hanging out with us. It always means a lot. Seems like there's always a cricket match on. You're right about that too. Cricket, it's on. Yeah, it's all kind of the same. Let's see what else. Michael Reed, hello to you in Marion, Illinois. Nice to see you.
Must have been asking about getting to Long Beach. I don't see it now, but someone made a comment that it's cheaper for them to Uber to Long Beach, to the port. Laurel Gurley said cheaper for me to Uber to Long Beach. So I don't know if someone asks about getting to the port in Long Beach.
Maybe.
That's what we usually Uber too. But,
from the hotel.
Unless we're actually
not from our house.
Actually, we usually drive there. But the time that we flew in, we did Uber.
Let's see. Mary Ellen said, yeah, Carnival showed playoffs and Super Bowl on the Venezia on the Lido deck and the Heroes Bar and in the theater. It was amazing. That is very cool. Question from Stephanie Davey. Sharon, if you're a solo traveler, can you bring 2 bottles of wine? Does Norwegian have a similar option like Carnival for faster to the fun? Good question.
Okay, so 1 bottle of wine per adult.
You answer that. I'm going to go let Lucy out because she's getting fired up over here.
1 bottle of wine, even if you're a solo traveler, unfortunately. And if you're taking your wine on Norwegian, then be prepared, because they will usually charge you I think it's $15 still. I don't think it's gone up.
Corkage.
But, corkage fee when you board the ship. They won't wait until you bring it out and open it in the dining room or something. They will charge you when you get on the ship. Whereas like Carnival, they'll only charge you if you actually bring it to the dining room and have them open it up. If you open it up in your room, they don't charge you.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you're talking.
Fill it up in your room.
I'm not sure if you're referring to the wine, which cruise line. And then yes, Norwegian does have a similar option, like Faster to the Fun. It's where you can get on the ship and there's a few other perks that go with it as well, and you can pre-book that if it's available too. So it's probably a little bit more than Faster to the Fun. I don't remember what it is offhand, but probably a little more than Faster to the Fun.
Crazy Cat Traveler said, my Oregon Ducks Big Ten debut. I'll be on a plane. My T-Mobile Wi-Fi better work. Well, hey, or the plane might have some planes, depending on what plane you're on. If they have like the TVs in the deal, that can help you out, and you can watch that. And speaking of planes, Southwest has announced, to our dismay, is that a true thing to say? Southwest announces they're going to start doing seat assignments. Yeah. No longer will it be a cattle call with elbows getting thrown to find the best seat. Yeah. Is that good or bad?
Well, I like it myself. I know some people don't like it because they don't mind that. They like the idea of sometimes they think the prices are cheaper, and they like having the free luggage. It really depends. Like with Southwest, I think just like all airlines, it kind of depends where you live. Sometimes how cheap the flights are. For us, sometimes Southwest is cheaper, but a lot of times American's cheaper from where we live. It just depends. Certain airlines, depending on where they're based out of, sometimes you live in that area, the flights are cheap. So, but I prefer to have a seat assignment because I like to get on the plane and I like to know where I'm sitting and know that I have the seat I want. And most of the airlines we fly on, we don't pay for luggage anyways because we have a card where we get points linked up to it. So like with Delta or American, we have free luggage anyway. So and Alaska. So that's not a factor for me. So I want a seat assignment.
There you go.
I want a seat assignment.
I agree with you. I agree because if I feel so bad if I get on the plane first or something, and then I'm trying to hold a couple of seats for you guys, and people are like trying to sneak in. I'm like, oh yeah, this seat's taken. This seat's taken. Oh, I'm trying to hold this. I'm holding it for my wife. No, excuse me. Yeah. Ooh, and then or you sit there. If two people are in the thing,
you're not good at doing that.
You're on the window and I'm on the aisle, and we're trying to lean in and pretend we're talking to each other, ignoring all the people passing us with the hopes that we get a middle seat to ourselves, which I feel like really rude doing.
Yeah, it's like you never want to make eye contact with those people coming down.
Oh my God. Charles Hahn said, our bucket list cruise to the Mediterranean next week. Any recommendations pre or post cruise? We haven't done the Mediterranean, so you're really just rubbing it in our face now, Charles, but I appreciate that. But
I would say do some sightseeing. Look up the places that mean the most to you that you want to see, and plan to sightsee before you get on the ship, or if you have time after the ship, depending on your flight home. But definitely spend some time sightseeing before.
Well, and also there's two different sides to this mindset, but we always say book a tour. Don't be afraid to book a tour, and don't be afraid to book a tour outside of the cruise line. You can there's a link that's in the bottom of this video that you're watching, the bottom of the live stream, for Shore Excursions Group. Yes, it is an affiliate link. We have kind of teamed up with. We're kind of doing that deal where we want to let people know that this is a great company. They have a great back to ship guarantee, and they vet all their vendors and all their people that they do their tours with. So hopefully a great experience is to be had for a lesser price with less people and a more intimate experience, because you can, hope the tour will show you the most amount of things and provide information about those things as you go along.
Yeah, if you're going over to Europe and it's your first time there, most people want to see it as much as they can because they don't know if they're going to make it back there. So with that being said, sometimes, even though it's nice to do things on your own, sometimes if you're going somewhere, and if you're there a couple days, maybe take a tour one day and the other day kind of just walk around and see things on your own. But it's good to take a tour that kind of hits some of the key points that you might want to see, because you'll get to see more that way.
Excellent point. So I hope that helps you out a little bit. Aaron True said, question, most affordable 3-day cruise from Florida to Bahamas and best beach, thanks. Aaron, I have an answer for you. Can I say my answer?
I don't know what you're going to say.
I'm going to say, don't be afraid to look at MSC. I know they've gotten a bum rap here lately, but if you want the least expensive 3-day cruise, and for what might be anywhere from about $550 to $700, you can get yourself your cabin. You can get Wi-Fi for the whole time. and maybe probably cheaper than that. But you can get you can cabin, your Wi-Fi, and drinks included. And
Right,
you
well,
know, so
right now, yeah.
so they have that going on right now, and they might take you to Nassau and then maybe to their Ocean Reserve Island or whatever that is. So that might be an option, and only because I've looked at that recently for something else, and that could be an option for you.
Yeah. But as far as best beaches, if it's a beach that they go to, I think one of the most beautiful ones is Half Moon Cay.
Okay.
That's, I think.
That is. I mean, if you're, you can go with Carnival and you can do Half Moon Cay. I mean, listen, all the rage is Royal with their Coco Cay, but
That's not, I don't think that's the best beach.
like,
That's
it's a little.
That's if you want a water park.
I don't disagree with you. Tony Jackson in the house. Hello, it's been a while. Just working and doing life stuff. What's up, Tony?
Hey,
Great to
Tony.
see you, buddy. All right, so Sharon.
I hear you're going to be joining us this New Year's Eve.
Ooh. Sharon, was that supposed to be a big secret?
I think he knows. I hope he knows.
I know.
I hope
He
he
knows. Everybody else. All right. Well, everybody knows now. The cat's out of the bag. It's gonna be good to see Mr. Jackson. We're going to party hardy on that cruise. Listen. Speaking of, I just mentioned Royal, and speaking of Royal, Sharon, the topic of tonight's show from the live or from the live stream. From the thumbnail was that we recently booked another cruise.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And the process was not easy.
No.
And a few people commented like, why would it not be easy for Sharon? She's booked 1,000 cruises.
Well,
and yes, she knows how to book the cruise.
The booking part was very easy. It took a couple minutes. That
it was the other
problem.
part that went along with it.
Yeah, it was just so when we were on our last on the Icon of the Seas, I purchased a next cruise certificate because with Royal having large deposits all the time, they never have reduced deposits. I said, that's a good way to, when you want to book another cruise, not to have to put out so much money, especially if you decide you don't want to go and you need to cancel later.
I hold on. So it's next cruise because other lines have like cruise next and stuff like
Norwegian.
that. But all right. So again, what is the next cruise?
So basically, you're booking a cruise. You get a booking number. And you can either put whatever ship and sail date with it at the time you purchase it, or you can hold off and do it once you get home. So we didn't know where we wanted to go, so we held off till we got home. I've been looking at multiple different options here and there, and Royal's prices are just anything that I kind of want to do. They're just crazy high. So then we heard that they're bringing another ship back over to the West Coast, a new ship, not a new ship, but a new ship for the West Coast. So Ovation of the Seas next summer is coming to the West Coast. So I'm like, okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to slide that little cruise in there between our other cruises next summer. And that's how we'll spend our, what we'll use our certificate for, because I needed to use it and I didn't know what else I wanted to use it for. So I booked that. Then once I booked it, I noticed that all of a sudden the price of it was more than what it's showing online. So I called them to see why the price was more. And first off, I had so much trouble having anyone even be able to answer that question and why it was. But basically the cruise price was the same, but the taxes, fees, and port expenses that are all lumped together on Royal, that was more. So I tried to say, well, why is it more? It's this much online. Why am I paying more? They're like, well, it's because when you purchase your cruise, your next cruise certificate, it's whatever the taxes were at the time. And I'm like, well, how do you even know where I'm going at that? Like, I'm like just trying to get them to explain this to me, why this is the way it is.
Well, and the cruise that you booked didn't exist at that time.
No,
so how can you say it was whatever the taxes were at that time?
No one could tell me. The guy couldn't tell me. I went up to supervisors. No one could tell me. All they said is it's whatever the taxes were at the time when you purchased your next cruise. And I'm like, that makes no sense. So the supervisor was supposed to call me the next day. Of course, never heard from him. So today I decided to take the challenge on again and give him another call. So I called him, and this time someone told me that it was that the fees and taxes are from when you actually add your itinerary to it, which makes more sense. But I'm like, okay, well, then can we get it changed? Well, we can't because we don't know what they were when you booked it. I'm like, well, don't you have all that information up when I called before on file? Every time I call another cruise line, they keep all records of everything you talk about and everything. So she started looking through it and she found it. And it took, after going around and around, because basically all I wanted to know was where they base these taxes off of and how they came up with that amount, and trying to justify why they were different. But no one could tell me that. So after another hour on the phone, finally she got with some other supervisor, someone else. And finally she came back on. I think she was tired of talking to me and said, okay, I got them adjusted to today's rate. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Thank you. I mean, but 2 hours, another day on the phone, an hour today, just over. And it was only like $50 total. But
just to attach the booking,
but
or just to attach the cruise to the booking that you already had with your next cruise
it was
certificate.
to get the fees adjusted correctly. But it's just, 3 hours of wasted time just because no one can tell you an answer. No one.
Well, listen,
Royal has the worst customer service on the phone.
We are on record as we've been on a couple of different cruise lines, and for some reason, whenever it's Royal, and I don't want to speak for you, but you have this issue quite often with the bookings. Is there when there's a snag or a snafu, it's major.
Well, it's
a pain in the keister.
You can go up the chain and you can get it worked out eventually. But my issue is I don't want to spend hours on the phone talking to people that when someone answers the phone, they can't answer your question. Like, I can call another cruise line and most of the time I can get basic information from the person that answers the phone. I mean, not everything. There's issues sometimes with them too. But anyways, it's all settled now. And now we're on Ovation of the Seas for next June. And it'll be
June. That's right around the corner.
It will definitely be a little while before I book another Royal cruise.
Now you can book Royal cruises for anybody that wants to sail on Royal, but it's maybe it's great that they call you to book, because if they have to change something and it's a headache, you get to take on that headache.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
so that's a positive for anyone
because
who's not using a travel.
We don't go on a lot of Royal cruises, but I probably Royal's this one of. I don't know. I may book more Royal cruises than anything else. At least second. Royal's probably second.
Listen, we have friends that live and die by Royal. We have friends that do Royal equally as often as other cruise lines, and we always want to try it. We want to do it more. We had a great time on Icon of the Seas, but for some reason, it's just always a pain in the keister.
Yeah. Well, we like Symphony.
There's always something that seems to go awry. That's very hard to adjust.
We had a good time on Symphony too. It's just weren't a fan of it at the time.
Kevin Brubaker said, it's legendary, Sharon's disdain for Royal. Nancy said, don't get me started on Royal's gift cards. That's just nuts.
And what's funny is,
Cindy Bridges said they're a pain to get things straightened out with.
If I hadn't, I just happened to notice that it was different too. It could have slid right by me, once I got my confirmation stuff and not even really noticed that those fees and taxes were different, but I just happened to notice. But that's the thing. So if you book I'm never going to book a next cruise, and I'll never promote booking one again, because that's what can happen. It can sometimes mess with the taxes and fees, and then
that's how you noticed it. You're online and you looked up a cruise and you saw the cruise. You saw the cruise that you wanted with the price, and everything was fine. The total cost, and then you saw the total cost, and then when you called them to put the next cruise certificate and that booking together with the ship, then all of a sudden it costs more, and there's really no explanation for it besides this whole the taxes and fees from when you got the next cruise thing going or something.
Yeah, and the thing is, the other day when I was on the phone a couple hours, they kept telling me it was from when I booked, and multiple people, and they're just like a broken record there. Anyways, but it's all straightened out and everything is all good. Oh, Crazy Cat Charles says, I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad.
No, don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad. It's fine. I really don't have.
That's how Sharon pays the bills, for crying out loud. Send them all over.
I don't have as many issues on other people's. For some reason, they just don't like me, I guess. It happens on my book.
It could be the thing. That could be a thing for sure. That could be what it was. Let's see what else. Jamie Wilhite, we hope you're doing good with your upcoming surgery. and in September and everything goes well. The good news is football season is starting, so anytime you're relaxing on a Thursday night, a Sunday, or a Monday night, at least you have football to watch. So that's a positive. So keep that in mind. Yes, how we cruise. We know you're a non-denominational cruiser. Like, oh, come on, you're not. We know who you love the most. It's like when you have kids. You tell everybody you love your kids equally, but there's always that one kid that you're just like.
I'm actually excited to book. Right, my next cruise that I book, it may be another princess. I'm kind of excited about going on.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited about that too. We'll talk about that more as we get closer. But our first princess cruise, I hope it's as exciting as like when we did Hal for the first time. Yeah. Because I'm ready to go back on Hal as well.
Yeah, Jamie's really bugging me to go on Holland America again.
Cruising Cons, Cruise Travel Adventure said, I'm not a Royal fan. And it sounds like we're always bashing on Royal, and maybe we are. But I don't know. It's just
it's not the
our experiences doesn't match what everyone else seems to rave about.
Well, no, it's not the ships that we're bashing. Though. Yes, we never really bash the ships.
It's the process that they have to resolve issues.
It's the
is that fair to say?
Behind the scenes, booking and working with them that way.
Someone wants a little more information, Sharon. And Mr. Timothy Walters in the chat states, question, when is that Ovation of the Seas cruise?
It is June 3rd. It's the very first sailing out of LA.
Ooh, a inaugural cruise, I guess you could call that, huh? Let's see. Timothy says, how can that be, Sharon? Everyone loves you. That's a very true statement. That is a very true.
Thanks, Timothy.
That's right. That is right. Jamie Wilhite said surgery is September 9th. Oh, well, then you can spend the 8th watching football, and then you'll be ready for the 9th for your surgery. So there you go. And listen, if you want, you can come over here.
Jamie.
I'm going to be watching football with Matthew. Sharon might be out of town or something, so we'll work on that. Let's see. Crazy Cat Chat said, well, it did take how many emails to get my celebrity booking to Sharon that I booked at Royal's next cruise death?
Oh, yeah.
See that? Yeah. See that? How are the burgers on Hal? How we cruised it? Well, the burgers themselves were delicious, but I didn't care for the condiments that were inside of them.
I will never eat another burger on Hal. I loved Hal though.
I won't just because
I'll
of
eat everything else, but I just won't eat a burger.
It's when I pulled that hair out of that bad boy. And if you haven't seen the video, look for it. It's unbelievable.
But it's funny.
It happened live.
Yeah. It's hard for me to eat a burger on any ship unless it's a guy's burger.
Carl McClendon's got an invitation for you. Come to PC, come to Port Canaveral and sail on the Caribbean Princess, Sharon.
Yeah, we may just do that.
That'd be good. It sounds like Carla is basically the undertone to that is she will put us up the night before with all of our luggage at her place. So
I am looking at Princess, so it's just hard because we don't have any other time this year, and next year is really full. So I'm starting to look out into 2026.
It is super full. Let's see. Oh, hold on. And all right, final news of the day. I don't know if you heard about this.
I don't know, have I?
I don't know. You might not have. 2 cruise ships make a stop in Yukon, Alaska. Did you hear about this? Yukon, Alaska, 2 cruise ships make a stop. During the day, while they're stopped there, there's a major landslide on a major road, causing tons of people not to be able to get back to the cruise ships. All right, there's a bunch of people on a private excursion that got caught up. There's 150 other people that were involved with, I believe, with Princess possibly. So they end up taking the people, I think it was mostly Princess people who got in the snag. So a bunch of people ended up going on Holland America's Koningsdam. They got on that ship, and then they spent 2 days on that ship until they met up with the Discovery Princess in another port, only to get off of the Koningsdam and back onto their own ship. And then Princess also had to take about 150 people by bus for a 6-hour bus ride to get to the next port to get them back on another ship. So, but I like the fact that it's great teamwork between Hal and Princess. Now, maybe it was easier because they're all part of Carnival Corporation, but I saw that story and I was like, wow, that's a pretty neat deal. You're always hearing about, the horror stories of like people getting left behind, right? There was that family with their grandma and the bunch of kids who got stuck in Ketchikan recently on NCL and all that. And here was a story about some people getting left behind and these cruise lines teaming up so that they could get them back on their cruise and not have to go through the nightmare of flying home and all that fun stuff. So it was a good way to avoid some bad PR and get their people taken care of,
But that
in
was
my
an
opinion.
adventure for all of them.
Oh my God, that had to be insane.
Yeah.
That had to be insane. Mary Barkley, thank you. Hey guys,
Aw,
happy
thank you,
Monday.
Mary.
Happy Monday to you, Mary. Mary, I'm going to be contacting you soon so we can put together the Arizona meetup, the meet and greet. And the reason I'm contacting you is to make sure that you and Slumberjack will be there with us, because it wouldn't be the same if you guys weren't there. So we'll definitely be doing that. Let me jump ahead a little bit here in the chat and see what else we've got going. Remember, if you're not a regular, number one, if you're watching and you're enjoying the content, please make sure that you subscribe and all that good stuff. And number two, make sure you put a question out there. Jump in the chat and say hi if you're behind the scenes, and let us know. I don't know, it's a little early, but one thing that we'd like to do sometimes is, if you've learned anything from the chat tonight, if you learned anything from the live show, you learned something from hearing Sharon talk, because I know you didn't learn anything from me, please put it in the comments of the video. Let us know right now in the live stream, what did you learn tonight while watching tonight's live stream? We'll go through those and we'll read them out loud for you if anyone answers.
Tess says she's going to go on Virgin next after all of her Carnival offers dry up. That's funny.
I don't know if those will ever dry up. Dave and Brandy's excursion. What's going on, guys? We do want to try Princess and Virgin for sure. We get to try NCL next September on the Aqua and on the Jewel for the report cruise from Tampa to Philly.
Nice.
Ooh, that'll be good. You know, they could probably, well, you know, they're Northeasterners, so they could probably handle that Philly crowd. I think, you know, because I know Dave's a pretty nice guy, but I bet Brandy doesn't take a lot of crap out there. So if anybody gives them some attitude, because that Philly crowd, those Philly folks are just rough. I'm just going to say it. I've been to Philly, believe me, and I know what I'm talking about. Jose Lara chimes in. AZ meetup? Woo! He's ready for that. Hal is saving the Harry situation for the burgers. Yeah, that was that. I know. Julie Amos, we will let you know. Julie, do you think we won't let you know on purpose? Julie's like, let me know. We'll be like, okay, here's the meetup, and don't tell Julie. What do you think? What? We would never do.
Debbie Ray says, don't schedule the meetup for 10/19 to 10/26. It will not be in
Don't worry.
October.
Yes.
It will not be in October.
It will not be during any. Yes, then I will research the heck out of it. There will not be any Final Four. There will not be any concerts. There will be nothing going on in Glendale, Arizona when we schedule
We're
it.
thinking.
We're going to change the location.
We're thinking about maybe the second half of September sometime, because the weather will be
Probably
a
a Saturday.
Weather
Good
will be
call
a
on the
little
weather.
cooler.
And I think we're going to switch it up from the taco joint this time.
But we don't know what date yet.
We'll see what happens. So Jamie, we will get back to you. Well, maybe we'll wait till later so that Jamie can come in and we can sign her cast.
Oh.
I don't know if there's going to be a cast. I'm just saying that, but it sounds like a good plan so that everybody can get there. Hi, what's the next cruise? Joshua Moore said. Joshua, the next cruise is October 14, which seems like forever away, and it is, on the Sun Princess out of Fort Lauderdale. That is right. That's the big plan for us. AZ meetup. Hopefully we aren't in Tennessee. Richard, Lori, that'd be great if you guys could come by and join us for that. And then while we're there, we'll get on the phone and then we'll like do a FaceTime with How We Cruise. They'll be in New Jersey, and we'll say hi to those guys as well.
Julie says, August is better for me. Well, it is in some areas, but in Arizona, being outside in August is miserable.
Is too dang hot.
It's way too hot.
Stephanie Davies said, question, my friend Tavia and I are new to the group cruise scene. How do we get acclimated and get to know the group? We are both introverts. You want to answer? Or you want me to answer?
Oh, she's talking about, okay, so just come to the meet and greet. The first night we'll have a meet and greet. Come to the meet and greet. Everyone will start chatting. You'll get to know people, and before you know it, everyone will just be like old friends. I mean, group cruises are so easy to make friends, and I don't know, no one feels really left out, I don't think, unless they want to feel left out. I mean, you just have to be there, and people just start talking to you, and you just start having conversations, and you get to know people, and I don't know. So many people on our group cruises have made so many new cruise friends, and I don't know, we love it. We love it.
Stephanie, when you say is the Aqua in 2025, is that the group cruise?
Yeah.
Is that the New Year's Eve cruise?
Yeah.
That you're talking about? So if it is, that's going to be easy, because a few months before that, the group will open up on Facebook. And then you can chime in, talk to people in the group. You can stalk people. You can click on them and look at who they are, get to know them a little bit.
I mean, there'll be some talk
and you'll
in
get to
the
know names and
group.
faces and all that stuff together
ahead of
too.
time as well. And you'll even see some of the names like on the live shows that are in the group, and you'll start to get to know people. I think this was before we did blogging or anything, and there were just regular Facebook groups that we would join sometimes when we'd go on cruises years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we would, we would talk to people online like that. But by the time you got on the ship and actually met them, sometimes you just felt like you already knew them. You know, it was just, it's kind of crazy, but it's
well, listen, one of the basic parameters of having a friend is that you have things in common. And there's not much more in common than enjoying going on a cruise, because it's a very unique method of vacation and travel. So if you have that under your belt, then you're good to go. And the reality is that
everyone's loves cruising.
Yes,
there,
and around here, politics doesn't matter, religion doesn't matter, nothing else matters. I mean, it's just people that love to cruise and have a good time. Whether you want to max out the drink package, or you just want to have one margarita on embarkation day, or whether you want to eat at the buffet every night or the best specialty restaurants in town, or whatever you want to do, everyone's going to blend together and get along. So it's a very easy scene to jump into and make friends. All right, we've got a few answers. I learned not to eat a hamburger on Holland. Jeannie, that's right. A good choice. Stay away from that. Maybe go with a chicken sandwich. Tony Jackson, I learned Sharon's awesome and Jamie is arm candy. True statement. I'm not sure how you learned that just now. I've been arm candy for years, my friend, but I appreciate you saying that. Let's see. Shayna Reed told Stephanie that they're introverts too, but the group's very welcoming. I learned that Royal's customer service is quite challenging. Kathy L., you're right about that. I learned that Sharon had to deal with some challenges booking Royal's cruise next offer. True, Nancy, very true. Mike Trina, what's up? The solo cabins on NCL make me curious, but not sure because I've had so much fun on Carnival. And they're close on price if I get an inside cabin on Carnival. Keep in mind, though, if you want, you might be that NCL cabin might include some Wi-Fi, might include
your drink package.
Could include maybe one night of specialty dining, depending on what the offer is. So check that. So look at those perks. That's where you really got to find your value and see if it's going to be worth it. If it's
something you're going to buy on Carnival anyways, then it might be better to go with NCL.
Look at this. See, someone's paying attention. Lindy Lou said, I learned that Jamie's born in South Carolina. I thought he was born in New Jersey. Listen, you know me. I'm always moving around. Yeah. I didn't spend a lot of time in South Carolina, but I was born in Columbia, South Carolina. So I'm more of a southern boy. Our oldest daughter, our oldest and daughter-in-law want us to go on Virgin. We're all in. Just need to find a good time for them. We are good to go being retired, said Heidi. There you go.
Yep.
That's great. I don't know. We still don't have any Virgin plans yet.
No, maybe one day, but it's just it's on the.
I think there's other stuff. It's on our back burner.
Yeah, we kind of have the things we haven't done yet, cruise lines we haven't done yet, or we kind of have an order of how we want to do them, and and there's just a couple others.
Roger Johnstone, thanks for asking. He says, no plumbing issues? No, but the plumbing's been good for a little while now. We are good to go.
Thank goodness.
Although we are having a challenge with Enterprise Rent-A-Car for some. We're not, but someone else in the house is. And so we'll keep working on that. Daniel Fields is cruising September 8th to 17th. That's exactly when we were going to do the get-together. I'm just kidding, Daniel. We would never do it. We would never want to leave you and Nancy out of that. So we'll do the best we can to work with everyone's schedule. I learned that Chat goes too fast to say hi to everyone. Hope you all feel welcome, said Shayna Reed. It does go kind of fast, actually. You should see it on our side. It's like, it's crazy.
Bethel Under says there are so many new great places to have the meetup. There are, and there's a couple places opening really close to our house here, too.
Oh, yes. Buc-ee's. We can do a meetup at Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
We can do one at Bubba's 33. C. Smith has a question. Any thoughts on the reciprocity? Did I say that right?
Where are you looking? I can't see where you're looking.
Right down here. Boom. C. Smith question. Any thoughts on the reciprocity, I don't know if I said that right, of loyalty points between some of the cruise lines? So they don't all do it, which really stinks. And it even stinks like having all the points on Carnival or the loyalty levels it doesn't even go to like Holland America or Princess, but the one line that will do
Royal
it for you
and Celebrity
is
do.
Royal and Celebrity will do it. And who else?
MSC.
MSC will do it too. You can fill out a form online and put something in there that validates your level on another cruise
Yeah, you
cruise
put in
line, and they'll match that level to
the
some
cruise
point.
line that you've been on the most, and they'll match it. Now, like if you could be Diamond on Carnival, which is the highest level, and it's not going to get you the highest level on MSC. It may get you a level under that, but it does bump you quite a bit up the ladder.
Yes, and there may not be a lot. It depends what the perks are. There may not be any great perks for it, but it still will give you a little bit of benefit.
Yeah.
So,
So
that's
yeah.
the deal.
It's weird because that's one thing about Carnival. I will say we have cruised Carnival for years, and that was like our main cruise line for so many years. And I'm kind of disappointed though at their loyalty compared to the other cruise lines. I will say that. Like you get for being Diamond compared to what you get on other cruise lines for the same is there's just like no comparison.
Yeah, well, Carnival's big thing recently was, hey, you know the free drink that we give you that you can use on the last sea day brunch or something like that? Well, now you can use that free drink any day of the cruise. I'm like, thanks for the free drink.
But it's not even about that.
I spent how much money to be Diamond on Carnival, and I get one free drink. I mean, okay, the VIP party you do, but if you have the drink package, that free drink doesn't do a dang thing for you.
But like on Norwegian and like Royal too, you get discount. You know, if you've cruised a few times on them, and it doesn't even have to be a lot. Like you could have just cruised maybe 2 or 3 times, and you get discounts in the gift shops and like so many other things that you just get.
Yeah, no, I agree. I will say Carnival's loyalty program is the pits compared to some of these other cruise lines. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's our thought, and we think that they should do it more to try to attract cruisers from other cruise lines to their cruise line. Beth Ellinger said there are so many great new places to have the meetup. Beth, you're right about that. Hi, Beth. How are you doing? Doug doing good? You guys have you guys started your band yet? Doug on guitar and you were singing or something? Beth and Doug were working on that. The Ellingers, they were calling it. No, I don't know, but I think they should do that, and we need to make a plan because we need to get out to some of these new places. Are you guys excited about Bubba's 33 opening right over here on Bullard, right next to the White Castle? That is going to be hot fire. I'm super excited. October is not really that far off. Heidi, it's forever.
Yeah,
it feels like it's forever.
It's really not because it'll go like that.
How will it go?
Like that. It'll go quick. We got a lot of
Like
things going on around here. It'll go quick.
Howie Cruz says, we're in. I don't know what they're in for, but they're in for whatever it is. Question, I'll be in New Orleans for 1.5 days in September before cruise. Been there many times. So tell me something to do there that's outside the usual.
Oh. Outside the usual.
All right, Beth, here's what you do. You walk down the street and you find a bunch of college guys that are up on a balcony and they have a lot of beads in their hands.
You're talking about Tess, not Beth.
Did I not say Beth?
I thought you said Beth.
I thought it said Tess. Maybe I did. Blah, blah, blah. All right, let me start that again. Okay, Tess, here's what you do. I'm sorry, maybe I said Beth instead of Tess. You know, you ramble on through these live streams for an hour and you start to have a little word salad. Yeah, so you find a balcony with a bunch of dudes. They all have a bunch of beads, and you stand in front of them, and you just do whatever they tell you to do.
She's saying outside of the usual. That's a usual.
I don't know. I think that's the only thing that you can do there. I don't know what else to do in New Orleans that's outside the usual. It's not our favorite port to sail from.
I mean, we've walked a lot of different places there and
go to a museum,
done things like that.
Take a riverboat ride the day before, maybe do a little gambling, something like that. That might be the ticket. That might be the way to go.
Yeah, they do have.
Let's see. Any plans for doing a river cruise, Sharon?
One day, just probably not in the next 2 years, but maybe after that, it might be on the list.
Let's see. Hold on.
I have a feeling Jamie would be bored on a river cruise. Like, I know it's about the ports, and I'm all about the ports these days. I look at our cruises now based a lot of times. I'm starting to look at them for the future on more of the ports instead of the ship. But Jamie needs that casino and that
Hold on, I'm not that much of a degenerate,
I know.
am I?
Well,
Okay, I am totally.
I just feel like you would be bored in the evening on a river cruise. But maybe in a couple of years you won't be bored anymore.
Maybe. My Sharina said, "Who is the introvert? They can reach out to me because Sharon and Nancy made me feel really welcome as a solo gal."
Oh,
What was that on the girls' cruise?
That's
coming
good.
up too. Yeah, listen. Don't forget, there's other group cruises as well. The girls' group cruise. We have the
Next
cruise with
October.
us and how we cruise, and that's in July of next summer. That's going to be hot fire.
Yeah.
We've got the Elation going on next April. April, the Elation out of Jacksonville, our first cruise out of Jacksonville. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So contact Sharon for anything. And by the way, if you don't know how to contact Sharon, then let me just tell you that this is how you can do it. Boom, right here. You see this right here? sharonatsea@gmail.com. Shoot her an email. She will book a cruise for you, and it will be the greatest experience of your life, basically, bar none. So sharonatsea@gmail.com is the way to go. Sharon, why are you laughing? You need to say, yes, indeed, Jamie, you're totally right. Debbie said our New Year's Eve group cruise has been so amazing. So many new faces to meet. Hopefully, we will do this year's. You better, because it's going to be on a great ship. I'm super excited to be on the Joy because it's very much like the Encore.
I know, the
and the
Encore
Bliss.
is my favorite.
We love it.
So I'm lucky they have that district brew house on this one. And I mean, I'm not a beer drinker, but I remember when I was on the Encore, they had at that time it was my new favorite drink on that ship. And so I'm hoping they have it on this one.
Timothy Walter says, as a fellow introvert, what are you talking about, Timothy? Introvert. You're here. You've been here for years. We know you. We've seen you on the cruises. Okay, he said the group functions on board. Everyone's friendly and welcoming, and you'll make lifelong friends. I know I did. Well, there you go, buddy. We're glad to hear that. Let's see. What else do we have?
Lou says, I'm cruising October 26th on the Sun Princess free casino. Ooh,
Lindy Lou, I
nice.
can't believe you're going to be getting off. We're going to be getting off the ship like just barely days before you get on. That's crazy. Bad planning, Lindy Lou. Were you trying to avoid us on purpose, or just walked out that way? A big hi from Deborah and Mickey Blankenship. What's going on, guys? Nice to see you.
Hi, Deborah and Vicky.
Deborah and who? You just said Deborah
I said
and Vicky.
Mickey. No, I said Mickey.
Oh, I thought you said Vicky. I'm calling Tess Beth. You're calling Mickey Vicky. What the hell's going on, Sharon? We shouldn't have done those shots. I don't know none of y'all, but anytime we get together, it feels like home. Oh, for crying out loud, Jose. You know everybody. You know everybody. Group crews are awesome, said Beth Ellinger. Beth, they are. And they're even better with the Ellingers there. All right, let me go through. Question. Months ago, we saw the old pictures of the three of you when you cruised just after Matthew was born, which prompts this question. In 19 years, how many cruises has Matthew sailed on, said Curtis Polk.
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute, I can tell
And
you.
yes, Kev, while you're thinking of that, Kevin Brubaker of the Mullet does scream South Carolina. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wendy, about that. We appreciate the comment.
I'd say he's probably, I may be off by one or two, but he's been on at least 45 cruises.
Hold on, the dog's making a crazy noise.
He may have been on a few more, but I can say 45 for sure between all the different cruise lines. But yeah, he loves to cruise, and he doesn't. I think he gets a little upset when we cruise. Once in a while, we'll cruise without him, but he likes to be involved in all the cruises.
Lucy, okay, Lucy wanted to come back in. All right, let's see what else we got. Other than that, Sharon is excited to go on her first Princess cruise, just like we are doing this fall too. Said Attila the Fun.
Yeah,
What's
I
going on,
am.
Attila?
I have this feeling I'm going to really like Princess, and now I probably shouldn't do that because I'm probably setting myself up for something to go wrong.
Are you?
But-
Well, maybe because we didn't think we'd like
same.
Holland, and we really enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah.
Some people thought we didn't enjoy it just because we had a couple of critiques, but everybody, every cruise YouTuber goes out and makes their top and bottom fives and all that kind of stuff, for their cruises. So, we did the same thing. Not everything was amazing and perfect, but it was a great time.
Oh yeah, I like especially the first one, Conningsam. I would go back on Conningsam in a minute.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah. The other one I didn't care for quite so much, and that was only because the ship was really small. Our cabin location was forward, down low, so there was a ton of movement on the particular itinerary we were on, and I got a little seasick. So it just kind of took away from that whole cruise.
You did get a little seasick.
Yeah.
But I had a great time.
Yeah,
I
you-
hung out, partying.
Yeah,
I was all over the place.
Yeah.
Sharon was in the cabin, not feeling good, and I was out there yucking it up at the bar and doing my thing,
I
and
know. I mean,
gambling, and
when it was open.
when it was open. Yeah, that is one issue. The Vanden Aarons will pass on the Buc-ee's meetup. Oh, come on, guys, that's unbelievable.
They've
that
probably
you would
been to
pass on
plenty,
it.
plenty of Buc-ee's.
Carla said, "Did anyone see
trips.
the John Heald had the 6-year-old kid that was Diamond?" I remember that. I remember because
Kids are.
that was just the other day.
I mean, back in the
Yeah, it's
day,
crazy.
it was hard to find a kid that was platinum or diamond, and now there are so many young kids that are diamond.
Well, in the early days, Matthew would every time we'd cruise, he'd be the one that got up on that stage, being the youngest platinum cruiser or whatever. He's got a wall of plaques to show for it. But now you got 6-year-olds that are freaking diamond. It's crazy. Let's see. Tessa, but Jamie, you didn't pay to be diamond. You paid for cruises. Hey, you get that captain's lunch. That's nice. We still haven't even gone to the captain's lunch.
Oh, the diamond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's always on a sea day and there's always something else we're doing.
Yeah.
And we look at the menu and I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to that. Maybe we should go and yuck it up with the captain a little bit. Aaron Chu is excited about the Princess Discovery this year. I'm interested in how Princess Plus compares to NCL Free at Sea. Oh, that'll be a great video. Thanks for that video idea. Make a note of that. Thank you.
Go back a little. I was halfway
Beverly
through.
said Virgin will match too, just like MSC will. So that's kind of cool. Are you looking at Timothy's question? If we did a river cruise at all, Timothy, I think we would do it in Europe as opposed to doing it here in the States.
It would definitely be Europe.
Yes, it'd be a much more. I think it'd be a much better experience.
I have no desire to go down the Mississippi River.
Sharon, are you bashing the Mississippi?
Well, no, but I don't want
The
to
muddy
pay all that
Mississippi?
money to. I want to go somewhere far. No, I was reading someone's question and it's gone now.
The Mississippi. You drive. The captain. The environmentalists will come on and go. If you look towards the back of the ship, folks, you're going to see a group of locals. They're a little bit. They live there in the swamp on the Mississippi.
Oh my God.
They're a little rednecky, but they're really nice folks.
Let's see.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I apologize.
Lindy Lou says still looking for a good hotel in Fort Lauderdale. It's not overly priced. Oh,
you just booked this one, didn't you?
I did just book one. We're staying at Home to Suite.
Yes.
I was looking for one that wasn't quite as pricey too, because we're getting in the evening, and so I booked that one. It wasn't too bad.
Lindy Lou said the Hampton Inn I usually stay at is $800.
My goodness.
Jesus, I've never seen that. That's insane. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. I just want
the
the
most expensive Hampton Inn I've ever
Heidi said, I just want the laundry perk on Carnival. That's our biggest perk. They said they're focusing on blue cards. That stinks. You're right, because we wish we had that perk on NCL, because I think we did about $100 worth of laundry on our 11-day cruise.
We did do some. Well, but midweek, they do a bag for $34, I think it was. So we sent some out there.
Kathy L, great point. Yes. Carnival gives you one free drink in the week, and only recently did they allow you to have that on any given day. Kathy L said Diamond gets 4 free drinks a day. Diamond Plus gets 5 free drinks a day.
Yeah.
So you could go. I mean, in theory, if you want to have, like 8 or 9 drinks in the day, you could take your free 5 with the Diamond Plus, and then you just throw a couple on top of that, and boom, you're done. I like all the all-inclusiveness with NCL and Virgin. I also like the vouchers on Royal once you reach Diamond status. Celebrity will match Royal, so you can get a free happy hour. Free is free. You're right about that, Beverly.
Yeah.
I can't.
Let's see.
Beth said we're recruiting you both for the band. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Oh, Tess said, Jamie, been there, done that more than once. I don't doubt that, Tess, for a minute. That's why I threw it up there. We love Bubba's. There's one over by us. Yeah, I know, Mary. They're literally right over here where the Buc-ee's is about to go up. They just opened a White Castle. All right, White Castle, whatever. But they're putting up a Bubba's 33, and I'm excited because they put up a BJ's Brew House right down the road here, and that was really underwhelming. I've been in there twice, and the service is the pits. So hopefully Bubba's comes. And I like any place called Bubba. It just makes me feel at home. Makes me feel at home. I was shocked at Lindy Lou. It was a Hampton North. Oh, my God.
Oh, I see. Oh, Carla's answering it. I saw something about the a hotel for the girls' cruise. But Carla was answering. Yeah, it's too early I don't think any. I had glanced. I don't think anything had really opened up yet, so it's a little too early to book that.
All right, let's see. We got a couple more questions here. Tess said, I'm not even Diamond. I've been to the captain's lunch. You got to catch up. Oh, you probably snuck in there. Holland will save you teeth if you lose them for 6 years. What, Wendy? I don't even know what that means, but I'm sure that you do. You got to tell me about that later. Wendy Williams said, Matthew's quite the historian. He's awesome explaining locations, and you two would be so much fun to go to a pub with. Heck yeah. Listen, I mean, if we're being honest, I'm a lot more fun to go to a pub with than Sharon, but it would still be fun for everybody. Let's see. Emma, Mississippi River cruises are expensive, said Tess.
Yeah.
Yes, too expensive, I think, for what you get. Sharon, do you have any opinion on the single supplement going up from celebrity cruises, and do you think there's going to be a trend in single supplement prices increasing? Said Stephanie. That's tough to say, isn't it?
I think it's great when any cruise line will do some single supplements, and right now I'm going to say eventually they're probably going to go up just because everything is going up in life. I mean, cruise prices have gone up crazy over the last several months, so I mean, most likely they will go up. Hopefully not, but I'm going to say they're going to go up. Like
Tara
everything.
Kelly agrees. Tara's going on NCL Joy in March and agrees. Love the Encore. Totally.
Yeah.
Here's a good question from Adam. Adam said, what are some good hotels in Fort Lauderdale that are near restaurants and shopping? All right, well, I will throw this one out there, and Sharon may or may not agree. Embassy Suites in Fort Lauderdale. Now, here's the deal. We had been there a few times. The last time we went there, we went into our cabin. We went into our room, and there were two tiny little bugs
There were
on
not
the bed.
two tiny little bugs.
There were
Ask
two.
Callie.
There were two.
They
I
were
saw
in
them.
her bed.
They were on. Yes.
No,
Yeah. She pulled she pulled back
She
the
started
stuff,
screaming, freaked out.
and there was one little bug like on the pillow, and then another one on the bedspread.
No.
That's what happened. I don't know what else to tell you, Sharon. You can disagree with me till the cows come home.
There were several little bugs, and
You were
when we
nowhere
saw
near it. I had to go over and inspect it and save the day.
I inspected it.
So,
No, anyways, so we were out of there.
We said, we're getting out of this room. We don't know what else there is, and we don't want to find out. So we went to the front desk. They changed the room for us, went to a different floor, and everything was great.
Everything
and in
was
the past,
fine in
it's
the
always
other
been
room.
great.
Yes, but I have heard a lot of other people say they've had issues there.
Listen, Embassy Suites, if it's good for your price range, breakfast in the morning is solid.
Well,
they have an evening reception for an hour and a half with free
it's not the
cocktails.
cheapest hotel. I mean, it's in there with
But
the
it's
other
got
price
good value.
ranges.
And the one in Fort Lauderdale is right next to a shopping area
The
with a grocery
location.
store, some places to eat, and there's I can't remember the name of it. Somebody help me out. There's a freaking awesome
Italian.
sports bar
Oh,
right there.
I thought you were
I
talking
don't
about the
know.
Italian
That
place.
Italian place is long gone.
Oh,
But that sports bar is there, and it's fabulous.
it is a good location, but I won't stay there again.
If you
So
watch
that's
the
why-
Bromania
that's-
cruises from last year,
That's why we
went
booked the
there
home
ahead
to
of time.
suite, but it's not too far from there. And then there's some other hotels around where the Embassy Suites is.
I guess we'll
in that
have
area.
to
Just
agree
look
to
at
disagree.
Google Maps, and there's a
Sure.
couple other name brand
Agree to
hotels
disagree.
there. Yes.
Carla says, unless Sharon set up a group of rooms with our sales department, Sharon, will you ever set up groups of rooms for a group cruise again?
I don't know why is she saying?
She's probably talking about the cruise out of maybe the girls' cruise or something. Carla's saying, unless Sharon sets up a group of rooms with our sales department.
I don't know what she's answering to though, but yeah, I mean, I could probably do that. Although for what you save on doing that, sometimes it's more of a hassle for everyone than it's worth with doing hotel rooms. It's not. Sometimes it's better just for everyone to book their own, because a lot of times, you have like Hilton has honors, even other hotels like Marriott has points and things, or other hotels. But yeah, it's ever since I did it for the vlogger cruise, I kind of told myself I'm not going to do group hotels anymore.
Yes,
but
it's a pain in the butt.
It's not totally out of the question, but I'm just.
Well, yeah, and just like a lot of other things. That's one of the same reasons why you don't like to book flights for people.
Well,
is because if they run into an issue or there's something that happens, you don't want to have someone have to rely on you to be involved to make the change. You want them to have access to make the change.
Well, flights are a little different, but flights, you can get a message like while you're at the airport, and if the message doesn't go to the right place or the right person or their phone or somewhere where they can get it, it can cause a lot of problems. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Gate changes. I mean, whatever
Yeah.
it is. Question: do you prefer European cruising over cruising here? Just wondering if the incredible history has wooed you being more of a European traveler. Great question, Beverly Judeco. What do you think?
I'm gonna say yes. I would, if I had a choice to go on a Europe cruise or a Caribbean cruise, I'm gonna choose Europe.
Wow. Boy, that's a tough. That's a tough question
At
for me.
least for now, like for the next few years. Once I've seen every place I want to see there, then, you know,
I mean, it's
I do need the Caribbean once in a while though, because I love the sun, so I do need that. But yeah, I am looking forward to going to Europe. And if we could go every summer for the next 5 summers, that's where I would be.
well. I mean, sometimes I want to cruise for the ship and for the relaxation of what the ship offers and all that. And sometimes you want to cruise for the ports and what the ports have to offer. So yeah, I mean, listen, we love them, but you can only go to Honduras and Cozumel and Costa Maya or Nassau or St. Thomas. You can only go to these places so many times before you start spinning your wheels looking for something new to do. I mean, like Sharon said, if you love the beach or there's a certain place you love to be at, then by all means do them. But in Europe you go, and it seems like every port you go to, you're booking like a 6 to 9 hour excursion. Now they can be expensive, but you're just getting such a you're getting a lesson in history, and you're really learning about just how old these places are versus how old things are here in the U.S. or the surrounding areas. And so I don't know. I loved Europe, and I love going somewhere where it's not 100 degrees. So that's kind of a nice experience too. I don't know. I might have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Going forward, let's just only Europe. Cancel all of our U.S. cruises. We're only going to Europe. Boom. New Year's
my
Eve
God.
2027 is going to be out of Southampton. What do you think?
Yeah, a little chilly.
Maybe.
Debbie arranged suggestions for Miami hotels in May 2025. We've stayed. A great location is the Holiday Inn right across from the cruise port because it's convenient. Although it's a little dated
Mucho dinero.
and very expensive for what it is, but
Mucho.
it's the location. I like. We've stayed at the Hilton, kind of downtown there. We've had a great stay there. One area I really like is the Blue Lagoon area. There's several different hotels in the Blue Lagoon area, and it's only about maybe 15 minutes from the cruise port,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a nice little area with things around there. But if you if you want to be right across the street, I would say the Holiday Inn or I can't think of the name of. There's one right next door, another hotel, but I can't think of the name of.
Carla said, I'll message you with an email if you want to look at pricing for a group of rooms.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Carla.
Okay. Well, look.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. If Carla's involved, then maybe I'd put a little more faith
Yeah,
into the process.
let me know on the girls' cruise because I'm sure Nancy will agree. We're up to anywhere down there, that we can all stay at and enjoy the night before the cruise.
Howie Cruz says that's where we're staying for our group cruise in November. I didn't know they had a group cruise in November. Did you? It's the first I'm hearing of it.
Oh my God.
Just kidding.
Where
Kidding.
where the Holiday Inn?
No, I don't know. This is a couple minutes ago at 7:21, so I'm not sure, but that's what they said. Maybe the Embassy Suites.
Oh.
Question: have you or anyone been on the NCL Sky, and how was it? Ooh, actually, we have not
We
been.
have not been on the Sky, and we haven't been on an NCL ship that small. We've only been on ones that were a little kind of mid-size to larger. I've had a few people said they had a good cruise on the Sky before. It's just there's just not quite as much stuff on it as the larger ships, but I haven't heard of any complaints on the Sky.
Yeah, Sugar said, "Oh my God, I would freak out."
Oh, and I did have one person tell me that the food was really good on the Sky.
There you go. What's wrong with the little nature in your bed? Big jeans, snuggles? I don't know. That's just not the kind of nature that I'm looking for. Look into an Airbnb if you be in Fort Lauderdale for 2 nights or more. It's a possibility. You might get a good place. No, not the type of bugs you want to bring home or on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm staying away from anywhere I see bugs. You can stay there, Jamie, but I won't find
Bugs
you
are
there.
people too, you know. You got to make room for everybody. You just brush them onto the floor. I'm sure there's a lot worse stuff to worry about in that room than a bug or two. I'll tell you what.
Oh my God!
I
Wow.
will tell you what. Our groups are easy, Sharon, not like the other hotels. Carla, I'm putting all my faith in you. You'll make it
Yeah.
happen. You're the only one we would trust. The Europe trip is a lot of touring. Nothing against Europe, but it's not as relaxing, I think.
No, it's true.
You're right about that.
It's not as relaxing. It's more like go go go. But I don't know. I enjoy that right now, and I think it's because we're seeing new things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah. You're right about that. But yeah, it is true. I mean, you'll be out on a 9-hour tour, but you might see like 6 things. And then there's a lot of time on the bus, on and off the bus, stuff like that.
Yeah. You really need to do is you need to, when you do something like that, you really need to have like several days before or after, or maybe after somewhere, like on the way home, or maybe just stay in the debarkation port for several days where you just kind of don't really do as much sightseeing and you just kind of relax or something for a while. Kind of relax a few days after and recover.
Yes, I think somebody answered it, but Tara, yes, it is Real Deal Roatan Tours in Honduras or in Roatan, and Johan is his name. Mm-hmm. So tell him Sharon and Jamie sent you.
Oh, there Nancy put it there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew Nancy would jump all over it. She knows Johan very well.
Yeah, he is great.
Nancy says, "Give me the Caribbean. I love it." I know you like those beaches, Nancy.
Yeah.
Let me jump ahead a little bit more. Let's see. If you want to feel cold, go to London the week of Thanksgiving. I was wearing my long johns every day. Oh my gosh, I don't doubt it. But I like that. I like a little chill in the air. I like to be able to wear a sweatshirt on a cruise. It's a good feeling. Debbie Rain said, "Yeah, we've been staying in the Blue Lagoon area in the past. Was looking maybe somewhere else. Thanks for the input."
We stayed, well, actually it was on our last girls cruise. We stayed at, it was a Homewood Suites, but it was in the Brickell area, I think what it is.
A little south, right? A little south of Miami.
Some hotels around there as well. And I don't know if there's a lot of stuff within walking distance, although we found a little restaurant not too far we walked to.
Brian said, "Yeah, they're staying at Embassy." Oh, Brian, don't tell Julie about the bugs. Keep that on the down low, dude. Don't let her know. Don't let her know.
I'll look back and see what room we were in and let you know, so you'll get that.
Hilton downtown Miami's nice. It is.
I really like the Hilton downtown. We've stayed there.
And right across the street is a burger place, and right down the road is a Publix. As long as it's not pouring rain, so it works out well.
Yeah, that's probably unless we stay in the Blue Lagoon area, the Hilton downtown is probably the next.
That's right. Good call, Kevin Brubaker. Nice work, Chisel. Crazy Cat Chavo said, "I canceled a hotel in Galveston after seeing multiple reviews saying they had cockroach issues."
Oh.
1 or 2 reviews I'll take with a grain of salt, but that many, I went with something else.
Someone that was in the
You're right.
Facebook post someone said they saw a cockroach at the embassy.
Where?
At the embassy, I think where I put the bug, someone else would put
Well, listen, I mean, those things are
Although
going
it's
to happen.
It's
Listen, you got to
there.
remember, bed bugs don't grow in a hotel room. They're brought in by someone else. But you just hope that the people cleaning the room are paying enough attention to catch them before a customer does. That's really the best that you can do. Ashley Klute is heading to Norway, Amsterdam, Paris, Copenhagen, Bruges, and I think that's it. Well, you will love Copenhagen. I loved.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you do a little canal tour.
There, yeah.
Bruges, you will love.
Yes.
It was just fabulous. And if you get a chance to jump up to Ghent, which is about 35 minutes away from Bruges, maybe take that opportunity too. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Debbie Rain said we had a great experience with the Real Deal Roatan Tours. Everyone does. They're the best in the business.
Yeah.
If you're not going to book a cruise through the link that we have in the video for our Shore Excursions group, then there's a couple places that we'll recommend individually, and Real Deal Roatan Tours for Roatan is the best one out there in our humble
Another
opinion.
one is if you're going to St. Martin and you like to ride ATVs, or even they have these 6-seater, what are they, like side-by-side type thing?
Yeah, it's like a Polaris Ranger. They call them buggies out there.
Yeah, they have those now too. there's a great place there as well. Splash in the Sun.
Yes, that's right. Our girl Sherry
Yeah.
from Splash in the Sun.
Yeah.
Tell them that Sharonatsea Travel
Yeah.
sent you.
I was just
We don't
talking
get
to her.
anything for it. We just want them to know
Yeah.
that we're pumping them up and that we had a great experience there.
Yeah.
So that's what we got to do. All right, Sharon, it's been an hour and a half now. We've been rocking it for an hour and a half. Can you believe that?
Doesn't like it.
It doesn't.
Bike.
Everything's gone smooth. We covered the bases a lot tonight. We covered some cruise news. We covered your recent fiasco booking a cruise and why it's not always that easy to book a cruise.
Well,
At least this one wasn't. With the next cruise or cruise
well,
next, whatever.
I said it was easy. It only took me a couple minutes to book it. That wasn't it. It was when I noticed that the confirmation had a different taxes and
Well,
fees on it.
yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right here.
You're right about that. You are right about that. Well, that'll happen on occasion. What are you gonna do? But it just happens on a lot of occasions when it comes to Royal Caribbean for us. All right, so that's it. Anything else you want to cover? Did we miss anything? Did we cover what you got on your list here?
I don't really have a list, but yeah.
What did we learn tonight? I learned that Sharon loves Royal Caribbean customer service. Oh my God. Heidi, thanks for asking. Sharon, how's your mom doing?
Oh, she's doing great.
Fabulous.
She is doing great. She's fully recovered and back doing her normal activities she does, driving around. So she's doing good.
Big Gene Snuggles, I already asked the question, what did we learn tonight, like 15 minutes ago. You must have stepped away. You must have stepped away. Go look back through the chat. You'll see the answers. Yes, Matthew's got a little bit more time till he jumps into his second year of college.
Oh yeah, he doesn't go back till September.
Next Tuesday, Callie will be jumping into her junior year of high school.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that on August 10th, Matthew and I can be found in Los Angeles for the day when we go to see the Seahawks play our mighty LA Chargers in the first preseason game of the year. So we're very excited about that too. So that'll be fun. Might even be a fun little father-son vlog out of the deal. We'll see what happens. So yes, mom's doing great, so we appreciate that. Best news about Sharon's mom. Thank you. Yeah. That's so nice of you to say.
Thank you.
Richard Van Den Aaron said, thanks for another fun show.
She probably will
thank
say
you for being
thank
here.
you too, because she usually will watch this the next day or later. Sometimes she'll watch it, part of it, while we're live, and just doesn't say anything.
Jose, I'm not sure how you learned that from tonight's show. That's for darn sure. When will you be in LA? It'll be on the 10th. Matthew and I will be in LA just for the day. We're going to drive out there early in the morning, go to the game, then we're going to grab a hotel and spend the night, and then drive home the next day. For that one, at least. In November, we might be back for a little bit of a longer weekend. First preseason game is Thursday, Rams versus Cowboys, said Daniel Fields. We're excited about that. And then we will be at the Chargers at Cardinals game.
Yeah.
So if anyone's going to be at the
I'll be at
Chargers
that
at Cardinals Monday night game, we're going to be there partying on the lawn. So let us know, and we can have a beer before the game. Thank you, Howie Cruz. Always a lot of fun. We appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Remember, there are still a few cabins left for the NCL Joy New Year's Eve. You don't want to miss this cruise.
And
it's going to
final
be amazing.
payment is due at the end of the end of August. The last day of August is the final payment. So the group rates, I only have the group space held with the discounted rate until the end of August. After that, you can still book into the group, but then you won't get the discount. It'll just be at whatever the current rate is. The group. So
Jose says your silence about the subject speaks volumes. It kind of speaks like maybe we're not talking about it because we may not end up going on it. But whatever, Jose, you figure out, you put it together how you want. Big Gene Snuggles finally said, we learned that Shaza doesn't mind a small bug. James is likes lying in his mankini next to strangers at the pool, and the Pizza King is sailing in the casino fun day. Big Gene Snuggles, we need to know, when are you guys going to be coming back so that we can cruise together again and have some more fun at the casino? That's the question. My Trina said, here's a super dad. You and Matthew can enjoy a beer in LA. Thank you so much. Sharon, make sure you know that's for me and Matthew. That's not for you.
I know.
That's not for you. Me and Matthew. And since Matthew's not old enough, basically it's for me. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the beer.
Matthew will have a Coke.
That's super. Thank you. And it
you.
says, celebrate their 10th super on a live stream. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate the support. We love it. We have been bantering back and forth about turning on subscriptions and stuff for the channel. Stay tuned. We might do that. I'm not quite sure. But we're trying to think, is there anything else fun that we could do for you guys? If we were to say, hey, join our channel, then what could we do to make it worth your while?
Yeah.
How could we give you more Sharon at Sea
We
travel?
thought
That'd be the
about
big question.
Zoom calls instead of live. Like, we'll still do lives, but like Zoom calls, so people can just talk. You can ask us questions.
Like a
whatever you
Zoom
want,
cocktail
whatever
happy
you
hour,
want,
have a
something
drink with
like
us once a month.
that.
I don't know. We'll see
Something
what
like that instead. Ashley Clue said, "Oh, say hello to Matthew and Kelly." Oh, thank you. I sure will. Kelly may be watching it. Sometimes she watches.
My Sharina said she's going to buy you a free creme brulee on the girls' cruise.
Okay.
Very nice.
I will see if I can get creme brulee for the whole girls' cruise this time every night again.
Members
I'll
only
try.
live streams.
I'll
Love
try.
the idea of Zoom. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. We shall see. All right. You guys have been great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. The next live stream, Sharon, what's the date? Do you have it handy by chance?
What did we say? Was it the 12th? The 12th.
Monday the 12th. So
Not next Monday, but the following Monday.
we're trying to do it every other week so
Yeah.
we have a little more to talk about. And so it's not as repetitious. I don't know if it's working or not. I don't know if less live streams gets less viewers or how that works. But I don't know. Listen, we love having you guys, whether it's 300 or whether it's 150 or any number in between, higher or lower. We just like to be here hanging out with you guys. So we appreciate you joining us. And from all of us here, Sharon Sea Travel, to all of you, from me, Sharon, Lucy, Holly, Matthew, from Leanne and Knockner Nancy. Thank you, ladies, for being here. Oh, there's Lucy right there talking about
Said
it.
hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Lucy, come here.
Lucy, you want to say hi?
Over here.
Can you get up here?
I don't know. If
I don't
she
think
can.
she'll get up here.
Come on, Lucy.
Come on.
Up.
Get up here. Oh, God. I don't know if we can get you up here, can we?
She actually has her.
Uh-oh. We caught her in the chair.
Oh, no.
We're injuring the dog on
Come on,
camera
Lucy.
now.
Up here. Come on.
That's not going to work, Sharon. All right, well, guys, I'm sorry about that. But, Lucy, say hi to everybody, and we'll see you guys next time.
She actually has her Royal Caribbean collar on.
Really?
She does.
That's great, Sharon. Are you going to bash Royal Caribbean?
See?
Lucy has a Royal Caribbean collar. All right, guys, we love it. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. And until next time,
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
see you in the next video.
Oh, we'll see you in the next video.
What
too.
happened? We'll see you on the gangway.
Well, then they'll see you tomorrow in the next video.
Whoa.
Should be a video
Easy.
coming out
In the
tomorrow.
next 24 hours, we'll continue with our 3 videos a week. Tomorrow may or may not be a lock and load, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll see you. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.